Joining us now for more is CEO Ed Ryan. Ed, Julie Beal was on our program earlier this week, mentioned you guys as maybe a candidate of a place to look in the market for opportunity. What's your first blush reaction to everything that's happened this week?
It's created a lot of uncertainty in the market. We operate the largest database of tariffs and duties around the world for our customers. They're spending a lot of time in that database right now trying to figure out what they should do in their supply chain and how they might be able to modify things in their supply chain to fight their way through this as best they can.
So do people pay for access to that system? Is that basically the business model?
Sure. They pay for access to it, and they pay to use it every day. They pay to rate shipments as they move across the world to figure out what the tariffs and duties are. And then also they can use it as a research tool to go in and try to look at different countries that they can import things from and how much it would cost from each different country.
So is it fair to say that for a business, a uniquely positioned business like yours, who would have ever thought, how long have you been in business and doing this? Did you ever think, yeah, there's going to come a day when the number one piece of information that everyone on the planet is suddenly searching for is, tariff and customs info?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been an important part of our business. And we also operate something called the Global Logistics Network, which processes shipments for all of these customers. That's how we got into the business of tariffs and duties and rating them as they're processing those shipments. So, yeah, we have a lot of customers scrambling right now. And we have a lot of people internally trying to make sure that we get all of the new rates into the tariff databases on Saturday when they go in, and any reciprocal tariffs that come back from other countries. That they're in there accurately so that the customers can rate their shipments and pay the right tariffs and duties as they're moving things around the world.
Yeah, and your client, it makes sense. You've got the airlines, you've got ocean and truck and intermodal and retailers, manufacturers, distributors, all these different businesses who have to know this. We did have a viewer question on this earlier this week who said, what's the difference between a tariff and a duty and a levy and a custom? Are we all just using the same words for different things, or are there nuances there?
There are actually differences between them, but they all end up as percentages that get tacked onto onto shipments as they move across various borders of the world. They're typically expressed in percentages of the value of the cargo.
Interesting. So finally, from kind of where you sit, all of this is now being implemented, right? We're getting past the headline phase. This is actually the rubber's hitting the road. Saturday, we get the 10% tariff. Next Wednesday, we're getting all of the reciprocal so-called tariffs. And I guess that's unless we hear anything between now and then.
Yeah, certainly. It's created a lot of uncertainty for our customers. They're spending a lot of time trying to figure out what to do. And I think it's given a lot of them pause to, they kind of freeze when they don't know what to do. Also, over the last several weeks, we've seen a big uptick in shipment volumes as companies, I think, were saying, hey, let me get some of this product into the United States before these tariffs hit. We saw maybe global trade kind of increase by a couple points over the last month because of that. And so it's all very interesting stuff. And we help our customers deal with this complexity. And there's a lot of complexity going on right now. So it's just interesting times.
Can you confirm, not to put you on the spot, but can you confirm that your business is actually up, or do you anticipate it being up this year as a result?
I think there's two aspects to it. One, our tariff and duty database that is got a lot of attention right now, and that's quite helpful. An even bigger part of our business, 30% of our business is operating something called the Global Logistics Network, which processes global shipments around the world as people move cargo between the ocean, air, carriers, trucking companies, railroads, and then their customers. We get paid by the shipment to do that. That's the interesting part for us. We want to see what kind of happens with that side of the business, and do the shipping volumes stay the same? We know they're going to change the way they move and what countries they move out of. And we'll just have to see, what happens to the global economy with this, because that could impact shipping volumes, which would offset some of the gains we might have in the tariff business. So,
excellent point.
More to come. We'll see.